Hi guys, so today we are going to cover question 3 from 2021 paper. And before we start with these questions, we should actually go through the lesson. So the lesson will cover the cylinder formulas that are required on the given, and also the theoretical part of it before we answer the questions. So cylinders are very similar to the right prisms that we have done in the previous videos. And the only difference is that instead of polygons as they as bases, now we know that a cylinder has a circular base. You know, so the formulas to calculate lateral area, surface area, volume will nearly be sort of the same as prisms. So now I want you to check the following, right? So you should be able to know that the circle can be calculated using the area of the circle can be calculated using this formula, which is A equals to pi r squared. And also the lateral area, surface area are calculated in a similar manner. So what we know is that now we will have to replace the perimeter of a base with the following, which will be the circumference of a base, because now we are dealing with the circle. So the circumference will be given by 2 pi r squared. That will be the circumference of the circle. So okay, I want you guys to check something here, right? So we have two different um, circles here, but the thing is that you'll see that this will be our sort of circle that we can talk about, the radius, the diameter, and also we do have the radius and also the diameter there. However, you can be able to calculate the height as well. So let's look at this one and think about maybe the diameter, right? So if, okay, let me change the color. So if we know that, sorry, what have I done? If we know that this is the r, which is the radius, then the radius, if the radius is equal to, let's say that 5, this means that the diameter should be 2r, meaning that 2 times 5, and then this will definitely be a 10, right? So the circle radius will be the distance from the center to the point on the circle that I've given here, right? So this will definitely be the radius. And also the diameter will definitely be sort of a double of the given radius on the circle, okay? So let's talk about the circumference. So the circumference will be the distance around the circle, meaning that we can go and say the circumference is equals to what? 2 pi r. So this formula is very important. And also, we should be able to assume that the pi is 3.14 in order for us to deal with everything. And then the area of this circle will be given by pi r squared. So remember that when you are dealing with the circle, you should think about the radius, you should think about the diameter, you should think about the circumference, and also how you can be able to calculate the area of it, right? So what I want to give you on the other side will be the fact that if this is the radius, I just want to change the color. If this is actually the radius, it means that we can still have the diameter as given, we can still have the height, right? The height will be from this point up until this point, and we can be able to calculate the surface area, we can be able to calculate the cylinder volume. So let's say that the cylinder volume is equals to, that will be pi, and then r squared times h, right? This will give us a v which is equals to pi r squared h. So you should actually think about this formula when you are calculating the cylinder volume of this particular cylinder here. And also, let's talk about the surface area. So the South African area, which is the surface area, in a way, I'm just putting that out there, 2 pi rh, then that will be plus the pi r squared. So the surface area will be given by this, and you should keep that in mind that here we do have the height, but here we don't actually have the height. So you should think about that when you are dealing with them. So most of the time they will give you something like this, so that you can calculate the volume, you can calculate the surface area, and also if they give you something like this, you'll know that you are going to score more points without even thinking about the formulas. But I think that in mathematics literacy, they will give you everything, so you don't have to squander your time to try to memorize all these formulas, but you just have to know how they look like, so that when you are applying them, you should be able to understand what you are calculating and where you are going in general, right? So let's proceed to the other question. So we know that to calculate the surface area and the volume of a cylinder, you must find 3 key pieces of information, right? And I've already stated that the area of the base will be given by the pi r squared, and then the circumference of the base will be given by 2 pi r squared, and then the height of the object is given, right? So the first example will be that find the literal area, surface area, and volume of the cylinder. And we should know that the radius, let me get a pen in order to write. So we should know that the radius here will be this one. The radius will be 4 inch, right? And then the area of base, so we spoke about the area, right? So the area of the base will be given by the pi r squared, and also the circumference will be given by the 2 pi r. And then the height will be 10 inch. So meaning that in order for us to calculate the volume, we will need the pi r squared times h. So this means that in order for us to calculate the area of the base, like the area of the base, now we need to make sure that we have our pi, and then r will be 4, and then squared, and then we're gonna have 16, right? Pi, and then you are going to have the inch as our units there, and then the circumference will be 2, then the pi of 4, and then this will give us what? 8 pi, in terms of inches. And then the height is fine so that we can actually use it for the volume. Pi, then 4 squared, and then we have our 10, which is equals to 16 pi into 10, and then now we have 16 times 10, so this will give us 160, right? And then this as our unit. So I don't really, if we want to confirm that, we can just come here and say 16 times 10, and then we're gonna get our 160, and that will be it for this example. So as you can see the values, let's proceed to example number 2, right? So example number 2 will definitely be the same as the previous one, just that they decided to rotate the cylinder. So now we know the radius, that is 7, and the radius will definitely be given as 7 meters, and then the pi r squared will definitely be pi into 7 square, and then this will be 49, this will be 49, and then pi into meters square. The circumference 2 pi r will give us, I don't know if the colors are matching, my apologies for that, but I hope that you can see. This will give us 2 into 7 pi, and then this will equal 14 pi, right? And then what we know is that the height will always be the 14 as given, meaning that if we go and check the answers, we should be able to match everything as given. I really prefer this color when I'm teaching, because you can be able to see everything on the screen. And I'm going to make sure that when we solve the question, the exam question, we are going to use the blackboard. So let's go through the question. Sipiwe makes candles as shown in the pictures below. He uses a cylindrical mold to make the candles. He also carves horse heads in some of the cylindrical candles, right? So this candle mold is actually used to create these candles, and also they have the height and also the sort of a diameter, if you can see. And this one is different because there is a horse head as given, outside of the base structure. So this is just a horse head candle as given. So let's go straight to the question 3.1. They are saying Sipiwe will pack 12 cylindrical candles in a box using a 4 by 3 arrangement. The first thing that you should consider is actually the digits that they are giving you, because those digits will help you to determine the minimum length and width of the box he requires or needs if the candles are tightly packed, touching each other in the box. So determine the length and also the width. And when you check here, they are talking about 4 by 3 arrangement, right? And now, in order for us to deal with that, we have to make sure that we look at the given space, or the structure or the base of the candle that we are going to pack, and that will be 10.4 centimeters, meaning that in order for us to deal with this, we just have to go and say, okay, we are using 4 by 3, so then this means that we can say that the width will be given by what? The 3 times 10.4 centimeter, and this will give us 31.2 centimeter, and the 10 will definitely be given by this, because remember, as you are picking them, you're gonna use this just to size the width of the other space, and then we know that the length will definitely be 4 then times 10.4 centimeter, and this will give us 41.6 centimeter, right? So this is actually the simplest question, and you do have 4 marks for it. So the most challenging will definitely give us 5 marks. I think this one is actually the one that I should be able to elucidate how it works, and for you to be able to understand how to take other questions that will come in the future. So now we have 3.1.2. Let me delete the previous one. Sipiwe ties a decorative ribbon around the candles. The ribbon has an overlap of 3 centimeter. Determine the number of candles he will be able to decorate with a 20-meter long ribbon, right? 20-meter long ribbon. So now I'm going to take out the overlapping centimeter, and maybe write it somewhere here and say 3 centimeter will be the overlapping, right? And then the candles, the number of candles that it will be able to decorate with a ribbon that is worth 20 meters long, right? So this one will be this one will definitely be the ribbon that the number of candles that will be decorated with a ribbon that is 20 meters long. So you may use the following formula, right? Now you are given the formula. Let me write down the formula, and the formula will be that the ribbon needed for just one candle will be equals to 2 times 3.142 times radius plus 3, right? So I wrote that down so that we can go straight to this particular area and deal with the solution, right? So now remember that this is something like 2 pi and then r plus 3, right? So this is what we have at the moment. So okay, let's try to calculate it. This is equals to 2 times 3.142 and then into. The question is that what is the radius? The radius of that candle. The radius of that candle will be 10.4 divided by 2, because we have the diameter. Let me do this. We have the diameter, which is equals to 10.4. This divided by 2 will give us the radius, and that will definitely be 5. I don't know if it will be 5.2, but let me take a calculator, and then I think that will be the case. Okay, 10,2 divided by 2 will give us, okay, 5.1, right? That will definitely give us 5.1. Is it? No, 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 no. So now I'm just writing my things here. 5.2, I never miss. Comma 4, then divided by 2, yes, and then this will give us 5.2. And then now we know that our radius will be 5.2, and then the plus of 3. So still we are going to use our calculator for that, and that will definitely be 2 times, let's say 3,142, and then times 5,2, and then the plus of 3, right? And that will give us that particular number there. They did not talk about rounding off, so let's take it the way it is. 35,6768, right? So this is our first ribbon, and also the reason why I'm questioning myself, there is the one that is given by meters, centimeters, and the other one is given by the meters. So I don't know which one to use. So, but we now know that we will have to convert the 20 meter into the centimeter, because we've been actually calculating everything with the centimeters. So meaning that the 20 meter times 100 will give us sort of 2000, right? 2000 centimeters, because when we are converting meters to centimeters, we just have to multiply that by 100. Meters are very sort of long compared to the centimeters, but I hope that you know the conversions as you are doing mathematics literacy. So then after getting the 20,000 centimeter, now we have to check the number of candles, as we were asked to check, as we were asked to do it, to check the ribbon needed for one candle in a way, and also as we were asked to determine the number of candles he will be able to decorate with the 20 meter long ribbon, right? So now we have the 35 as what? As the ribbon needed for one candle. So now we can go and say that the 20 meter is equivalent to 2000 centimeters. And in order for us to get the ribbon needed for one candle, we have to go and make sure that we divide 2000 by 35,6768, because now we are looking for the candles that will be covered by this. We are looking for the candles that will be covered by this, meaning that one candle will take this. However, and remember, as centimeters now, remember that we are using this as centimeters, and also this is what we need as per candle, right? So now we divide the two. What are we getting? Let me go and get my calculator again. So the answer is this one, meaning that we can just go and say 2000 divided by answer, and then that will be 56. So we can now conclude that the 20 meter ribbon will now be able to be utilized in one of our 56 candles. I hope I wasn't slow, or maybe I took the tedious process to determine that, but I hope you do understand the approach. So let's erase the board and go back to the question 3.1.3. After carving a horse head in a cylindrical candle, he collected the leftover wax, melted it, and poured it in the mold. Meaning that you have this big candle, and now we have to make sure that we, carve everything and create this head. Meaning that there will be some small pieces that will come out, and then if we melt it down and pour it back into the candle mold, it means that the leftover as melted will fill up 1/3 of the mold. So now they want us to calculate the volume of wax needed for one horse head candle. They want the volume of wax needed for one hose head candle. So now you are given the volume of the cylinder. So I'm going to write it down before we move to the next screen. So now we have the what? I'm going to write it up here, V, which is equal to 3.142, and then the times of R squared, and then the times of height, right? So meaning that now you know that R is equals to 2D, which is equals to 10 all over 2, 10,4 all over 2, then this will give us 5,2, and this in centimeters. So now we can move to the next screen where we can be able to get our V. So now V is equals to, again, 3,142 into 5,2, and then squared, meaning that this we're gonna times it by the height. Did I say? I did not. What is the height? 11,4. So the height will be 11,4. So I want to teach you something here. Here we have a centimeter, which is centimeter times centimeter, meaning that this will give us centimeter squared, right? Centimeter times centimeter will give us centimeter squared, just squared, and then 11,4 in centimeters means that, let me show you here. So if we come here, we are going to get the following. Let's use the calculator for us to understand let me get a calculator so that you can understand the process as well. So the process will be 3,142 times 5,2 squared, and then our first answer here will be what? 84,95968 cm squared times 11,4 cm, meaning these times this should give us cm cube. So then now this is equals to into cm, then cube, right? Then I'm going to maybe multiply these by 11,4, and then this is our final answer. So just want to write it down. Can't see my pen. Okay. So we can say that this will be 9 comma 6 8, and then no. Seems like we're tired. 6 8 comma 5 4 0 3 5 2. So meaning that now we are almost done with the question. And remember, from the previous question, they said the left melted wax filled up 1/3 of the mold, meaning that we will have to make sure that at the end of the road we are able to fill up or make sure that we cover like both ends, which will make the other part to be twice as, you know, as the given. So now you will have to go and finalize that by making sure that you multiply your answer by 1/3. You multiply your answer by 1/3, and then after multiplying your answer by 1/3, then you double it. That will be the final one. So I won't actually do this. That will be your exercise. Hope you enjoyed. We'll continue with part 3. Thank you.